characters coming. We've got some characters I'm not really familiar with. The X Factor, we've got Shatterstar and Longshot, and I'm going to get this X Factor thing mixed up. Also, probably the most important part about the blog post is that Red Skull is going to be hard node available. Probably going to be soon. I don't know, but it looks, I guess, 1-6. So Red Skull will be able to farm Red Skull finally. And this is kind of interesting. We're going to talk about this. I was talking to Reminex about this team. Maybe he's thinking that this has something to do with Cosmic, and maybe they're going to play an important part of Dark Dimension 4. I don't really see it myself, but they do lend themselves to some plug and play mechanics when they're paired. It's really like a duo. And you remember how like Ant-Man and Wasp were like one of the original duos, and how like Deadpool and Cable were the original duos? They feel like a stronger version of that. And so they do look pretty good. And there's also a bunch of other stuff in the blog post. They got the X Factor. Greetings, Commanders. Next week, our studio company observing the American Thanksgiving holiday. So I just want to put this out here. Let's just look at the timeline. So I'm guessing that we're going to get... okay, right now we've got Ghost Blitz on the 19th. Another Ghost Blitz on the 26th. Black Bolt Legendary event, I believe, is going to happen on the 30th. Big blog post on the 4th. Yellow Jacket Blitz on the 3rd. Yellow Jacket release tonight, because they're not going to do it if they're closed next week. So it's going to be tonight. And then I'm thinking we're going to have a big patch on the 8th. And I'll be frank with you, I was expecting a lot more information in this blog post, maybe some heads up on what's going to happen with Auto Blitz, Battle Pass, maybe even Dark Dimension 4. Maybe that all that information will be coming on the 4th, and then we'll have a patch on the 8th. So anyways, a lot of people say, why are you disappointed with this blog post? The blog post is fine. It's just that I was expecting like a bunch of information. We didn't get that. Anyways, they're going to take next week off. By the way, I'm also taking parts of next week off. I will be off Wednesday the 25th, and I'll be back on Saturday the 28th. So I will not be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I will be streaming on Saturday. So I'm also taking some time off. Also, in honor of Double Dose of events, we'll be previewing 2 members of the new X Factor. And if you're still hungry for that, we're serving up Piping Hop deals or upcoming blitzes. There's really just going to be Ghost and Yellow Jacket. That's about it. Longshot and Shatterstar. And then they've got some backstory over here. The Mojo World. Longshot is genetically engineered slave from the extra-dimensional planet Mojo World, a land dominated by beings known as the Spineless Ones. Now, I guess a lot of people that watch the comics, watched the animated series in the 90s are pretty thrilled about this. I have no idea what any of this stuff is, and I asked people in chat, and they didn't either. While in Mojo World, Longshot was made to perform stunts for a spineless one named Mojo, who filmed his stunts for the entertainment of his people. And I believe we're going to see more of this guy right here. Longshot eventually led a slave uprising and fled to Earth, but not before Mojo wiped his memory. For the Spineless Ones, Longshot was engineered with superhuman reflex, agility, and accuracy, and healing ability, along with the ability to psionically to affect probability fields. So maybe he's telepathetic. I'd be impressed if they said he was telepathetic. I know I am. Giving appearance of good luck. Similar to Longshot, Shatterstar is also genetically engineered slave for Mojo World. On Mojo World, Shatterstar was engineered to be the perfect gladiator and made to fight in a coliseum for Mojo, who broadcast his fights for the entertainment of his people. Eventually, Shatterstar joined a resistance group and helped fight back against the Spineless Ones. He was engineered with an enhanced strength, speed, and stamina, as well as the ability to convert sonic frequencies into vibratory shockwave channeled through weapons. The 2 rebels share a unique family history. Shatterstar is Longshot's son, but during Shatterstar's time traveling adventure, they also became Longshot's genetic donor, and thus Longshot's father. And you... Okay, and you thought your family tree was complicated. We took this paradoxically family tree and turned it into an explosive 1-2 punch. Shatterstar and Longshot are both members of the newly formed X Factor faction and share many similarities that make them a crushing force when paired together. It's a duo, man. They're going to always go together. Longshot grants bonus crit chance to the whole team, while Shatterstar grants bonus crit damage to the whole team. They each have a passive ability mechanic based on their crit chance as well as a self or ally crit. Longshot increased speed bar for himself and X Factor allies. And Shatterstar buries himself and X-Fork dies. The duo, and the cool thing about this is when a crit goes off, it can be from anybody in the team. So like Namor's ult in War always crits except for when it hits Deflect. Man, that's another story. Oh my God, Deflect. And Shatterstar buries himself and X4 actors. The duo also land bonus attacks on each other's basic abilities when they're allies. And I gotta tell you, their basic attacks do a lot of damage. All right, so here's the thing, Cosmic. So that's why Reminix was saying maybe they can use in Dark Dimension 4. I don't see it. I think there's something else. I mean, this is only 2 pieces, X Factor. I mean, we of course later could get more X Factors, but it looks like they're just pitching this as a duo. Basic bladed tossed. Attack primary target for 240% damage. Bonus attack for 160% damage. If Shatterstar ally, bonus attack for 210 damage. So when there's the pair, it's actually 3 attacks. Now, if a crit goes off, it only awards 1 bonus, and we'll look at the footage in slow motion and go over that. Special. Fan of Knives. Energy cost 2/2. Attack all enemies for 260% damage and apply bleed. So this is going to go off turn 1. Kind of nice. Ultimate Knife Assault. Energy cost 5/7 now. His ally is going to give him 1 ability energy, which we'll show in the kit here in a second. And so this is going to go off turn 2. Attack primary target for damage has a 50% crit chance. We'll keep that in mind here for a second. Damage is increased by the amount equal to the character's total crit chance. So the passive is where it gets hitting. On self or ally crit, so anybody crits, and it looks like it only triggers once per ability. So like if there's an AoE and 3 of them crit, it doesn't count 3 times, according to the footage that was provided in these 2 YouTube clips. It looks like it only procs once per ability, not multiple times. Fill speed bar for 20% for self and all X Factor allies, which right now is only going to be these 2 right here. On turn heal 20% of this character's max health. This seems very, 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 very good on defense and war. Take a look at Emma. Take a look at Captain Marvel. This seems to be a very good ability for defense and war. Now, gain 25% crit chance. So here's the thing: is most characters, and we haven't seen this guy's raw stats, usually have as a base stat a 10% crit chance. Gain 25% crit chance. And then there's also the Raider ISO 8, which on level 5 gives 25% crit chance. So this is probably the optimal build for this team is going to be on a team full of Raiders. And they're all going to get this crit chance, crit damage boost. So this just screams Raider, 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 Raider. Plus they have AoE. That's going to be fine. So... and this is, I do like this right here. All allies gain 10% crit chance. So it's not specific to anything X Factor or anything like that. Let's look at Longshot's abilities. And the reason why I want to look at this is because you can see that this will proc 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now, even though there was 2 critical hits, we're going to drop this down to 25% speed. We're going to see the speed bar and the barrier mechanic trigger only once. So it says 200 speed bar, which is 20%, and then the barrier mechanic also triggers right there. And so I think that is good. And the reason why I think that is good is because in other games I've seen turn meter manipulation get out of hand, and then the developers have to go back later and nerf kits and things. So by doing it this way, where it only procs once per ability, kind of keeps it under control, as opposed to like right here, he's going to do AoE, and you're going to see the AoE goes off, and look, it crit. We had 2 crits, and again, it only triggers once. Very good. Okay, and I watched that in slow motion. I believe that is accurate, but we'll see. And then we got his last ability right here. Here we go. All right, nice. Okay, and then again, it triggers there again. All right, back to the kits. Back to the kits. All right, so Shatterstar, Hero, Cosmic, Mutant, Brawler, X Factor, again, Cosmic, Basic, Twin Blaze, Attack Primary Target for 200% damage, Bonus Attack for 150%. These numbers add up are huge right here. 200, 150, 150. I mean, we don't have the individual stats, but that looks pretty strong to me. Longshot's ally, Basic is going to hit 3 times. And so, probably one of those 3 hits is going to be a crit if you have the Raider and all that stuff, right? So it's going to proc the extra barrier, which his passive does, and the turn meter. And this is a team made up of only 2 X Factor. I wonder what it's going to be like when we have 5. Special cross slash. This is going to go off turn 1. Attack all enemies for 240 damage. Apply defense down, which is always good. And grant 1 ability energy to Longshot ally. And that's why he's saying that on Longshot, this is going to go off turn 1. Yes, this is 5 out of 7, but he's going to have an extra ability energy, so it's going to go off turn 2. And this is kind of nice right here, having a 2/2 AoE. Very nice. All right, let's keep going. Cross slash, give ability energy to Longshot. Very nice. And defense down. Ultimate, empathetic onslaught. Energy cost 4/4. Attack primary target, do some damage. Chain up to 3 adjacent targets. Well, that's not really going to happen. Counter attack primary target because of Longshot's an ally. Instead, attack all enemies for 350% damage and apply defense up for 2 turns to self and X Factor allies. And then the passive on ally or on self or ally crit, so it's not specific to X Factor. Basically, can anybody on the team? That's why I was hinting at maybe Namor's ultimate in war. You know, the problem with that is that you can't crit into deflect, but that's another story. Bear yourself and X Factor allies, so that's specific to Longshot and Shatterstar of this character's max health. So the reason why I think this is going to be a good defensive war team is that every time there's a crit going off, they're going to be gaining barrier, and then every time they take a turn, they're going to be healing 20% of the character's max health. And see Captain Marvel and see Emma, very good on defense and war. Gain 25% crit damage, and then all allies gain 10% crit damage. Again, not specific to X Factor, so that'll apply to the whole team. And then they provided some gameplay footage right here. We don't see it attack 3 times because he attacks a weak enemy, so it only hits once, so it doesn't pop off 3 times. And then I'm not. This is I believe this is the special right here. I'm not sure, but anyways, there you go. It crits. Fantastic. Okay, let's keep going on the blog post. Dark Dimension 4 celebration, Dark Dimension 4, and they're going to talk about first person that completes this can give out 100 shards in a calendar event, kind of like what happened with Dark Dimension 3. But there's specific stipulations to it. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Dark Dimension 4 is opening just around the interdimensional corner while Strike top commanders are working their way through this intimidating challenge. We're preparing to celebrate the first person to conquer Dormu's newest realm. Here's what we have planned for the community login calendar. Now, there's stipulations to this login calendar. It's like login calendar will reward 100 character shards total in addition to other rewards. A lot of people are like, Symbiote Spider-Man. It's excluded from the list, and we'll get to that. Then they're going to do a poll for Blitz. That's fine. And then we're going to get some 10 for 10s. That's great. And then in-game enshrinement, of course, like Widowmaker and Mac have their name in there. That's great. So Infamy is part of an in-game environment. And then it says characters eligible to be selected by the winner of the featured in these events must be released before November 24th, 2020. Must have been released via Blitz campaign mode, event campaign, or raid. So that excludes like Symbiote Spider-Man, Emma, and so on, and legendaries and things like that. So a lot of people are saying that Ghost would be a good choice, Yo-Yo, and or Cult. All 3 of those would be great. But of course, whoever completes this will get to pick. Good luck to all those dare to enter Dark Dimension 4. Get your wallets ready, Commanders. Character availability, probably the most important part of this entire blog post, is Red Skull Doom 1-6. As I'm thinking about it, that probably will happen right here. Wednesday the 2nd, because they do that the first Wednesday of the month. So my guess is that Red Skull will be going to Doom 1-6 on Wednesday, December 2nd. Okay, fine. They're going to move Thor around. Returning legendary event, and they said Black Bolt. We just had Magneto on the 16th, so I believe Black Bolt will be on the 30th. Get ready. Blitz. So they're talking about Blitz, and there's a bunch of random Blitz. You know, we're going to get Green Goblin. We're going to get Ghost. So we're going to get the second Ghost event on the 26th, and then we're also going to get Killmonger. Killmonger will be I guess right here on the 23rd. And then Sharp Sting, which is Yellow Jacket, I believe will happen on the 3rd and then the 10th. And then, of course, big blog post on the 4th. Okay, let's move on. Those are my guesses. Bonus and flash events. We're going to get a bunch of these. We got week of 23. We're going to get City Heroes for Block Party. We're going to get 2x for the campaign for City Heroes. Don't forget, 2 times 0 is still 0. Is Asgard. The double Asgardian drops for the Black Bolt event. Again, 2 times 0 is 0. Chaos Theory for Wakandan. This is my favorite event right here as far as the monthly events. Wakandan, they're going to have a Wakanda event. That's it for the week. We'll be back on 12/4 for the one and final blogs of 2020. For one of the final blogs. If you're celebrating a holiday in the coming weeks, have fun and be safe. Until next time, good luck, Commanders. All right, so that's the blog post. There was nothing wrong with that. I'm excited about Red Skull and 2 potentially useful characters. What their purpose will be, but I'm calling it now. They look like they're going to be pretty good on defense in war. I still need to see the actual stats for the characters and the damage numbers for them to be useful. Okay, so now it's time for the giveaway. I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person who likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8 red star Harry Carey. It's not a scam. Yeah, we're going to be playing Among Us tomorrow, and I think last week, Momo Zeeks yeeted me just because people donated in her chat. I think I put a video on my main channel about that. Let me know what you think in the comment section about all this stuff, about the blog post and all that. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.